Hi there, welcome everyone. I'm going to take you through the new Cosima education website. It's a new website. It's been built for teachers and lecturers across primary, secondary, further education, adult education and higher education. So it's a new website, like I say. It's been built to help you organise your resources, your lessons, your weekly planners, and it's also there to help you collaborate and share that material with colleagues. It's all free. So with no further ado, if you haven't got an account already, then just click on register. Only takes a minute or so and you'll be straight in. As soon as you have registered, then you log in, and I've gone straight to the landing page, but when it's your first time in, you will be presented with your profile. Now the point here is to just tailor the website for your specific needs. Obviously you could choose multiple choices here, but for today's demo I'll just say that I am an early years / primary teacher. You can put your school or university in there. You don't have to, it just helps us with some of the stats. And the other thing to do is to you have this ability to say how do you want to be known on the website, so this will come up in any of your lessons, so best to change that as well. Save your profile, that's done. Let's go back to the landing page. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through resources, so that's any kind of file, lessons, which is the actual delivery of a lesson to a class, the weekly planner, which is where you bring all your lessons together and give them times and allocate classes, etc., and also teams, which is how you set up a team of colleagues so that you can share all of this material. So that's the basic landing page. Let's make a start on resources. Okay, so there are 6 main features on the site: resources, lessons, plans, teams. You've got some tools there and you've got the ability to set up classes, but we're going to start with resources. Click on the button. So a resource is any kind of file that you want to store or access on the site. So that could be a PDF, it could be a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, it could be an Apple Pages document, it could be an audio file, video file. So I've got a couple there that I've loaded up previously. Let's show you how to load up your resources. New, and I've actually got a resource file that I was working on earlier, and it's an English resource. I'm going to say it's Key Stage 2. I'll say it's for year group 3, and the level is core level, and I will say this is Stone Age project, and it is a worksheet on Stone Age, keeping it quite simple at the moment. And I just go and choose the file. So where are we? Documents, resources, there we go. So Stone Age topic, starter, pages, document. There it is. Save that. And you'll see it's put me a new tile in, English, Stone Age project, Key Stage 2. If I just go open it up, one thing I didn't explain was on any resource you load up, you have to decide who you want to share it with. If I say everyone, then everyone on the entire website will be able to see it, and that can be a good thing because it's sharing it with all of your colleagues. If you want to keep it to just your teams, then that's a limited set of people that you've invited to a team. Or if you want to keep it just for yourself and only you can see it on the site, then only me. I'm going to go with my teams and I'm going to save that. Okay, that's how to load a resource up. I'll do one more really quickly. I think I've got a let's go and choose the file first this time. We have an additions worksheet, and so this is obviously going to be a maths resource. In this case, I'll say it's Key Stage 2 as well. I'll say the year group is not applicable because it could be for all of Key Stage 2. And I'll say this is high ability. And it is quite simply an additions worksheet. And the description is some simple sums. And again, I'm going to say my teams. I mean, if it's got no sort of content that you're not concerned about sharing, then you can just share it with everyone, but I'm just going to limit it to my teams for now. Let's save that. Okay, so I've now got 4 resources altogether. You can search, so I can drill down to just English. You can type in keywords, so do that. And what I should say as well is those filters apply on the scope. So if I go look at everything that's been loaded on the site, okay, there's not a lot there at the moment. It's quite a new website, but again, I can look for, say, multiplication, and you can see there's quite a lot there. But for now, just look at my work. I've got 4 resources. So the idea is you can load all your resource files up and they're there forevermore for you to use and reuse. Okay, that's resources. Let's go back to the landing page. Actually, before I dive into lessons, there's probably one thing I should have shown you on resources. So let's just go into resources, and the whole point here is that any resource that I've loaded up, obviously I can go open it, and the whole point is you can get to the file. So if I open the file, you'll see it's downloading, and I can go open that up, and there's that PDF. So obviously the whole point is all of your files are available to yourself, and if you've shared them with your teams, they're available to all of your colleagues that are in any of your teams. If you shared that resource with everyone, it's available to every single user across the whole website. So it's a great way of building up a new countrywide resource database. Okay, cancel that. And next we're going to go on to lessons. Okay, on to the next feature, lessons. I'm on the landing page, lessons, go there. A couple of lessons that I've created previously. You'll see you've got the same scope items at the top. I could just look at my lessons, I can look at my team's lessons, I can look at everything, I can look at things I've liked, but for now I'm just going to stick with my work. Let's create a new lesson. So you'll see with a little red star, these are the basics, these are the things you have to fill in. So I'm going to do let's do an English lesson, and I'm going to say it's for Key Stage 2. I'll say year group is year group 4, and the level I'll say is not applicable, and it's going to be shared and available to anyone in any of my teams I've created, which we'll come on to later. Let's do life in the Stone Age. Now at this point I've filled in all the mandatory fields, so I can save the lesson. Your lesson has been saved successfully. Great. If I went back to lessons now, you can see it's been created, but actually I want to add a bit more detail to that. Open it up. I'm going to say the outline is work through worksheets, work in groups 4, save that. And this is where it all starts to come together, because you'll see along the bottom of the page I've actually got a view of all the resources that we talked about previously. Now the idea is you can assign and associate resources to your lesson. So I'm just going to click on the English Stone Age project that had that pages document in it about Stone Age, and I'm going to add it to my lesson. Save the lesson. So that just means every time I come back and look at this lesson, it will say there's the resource that's associated with it. I can add more resources. So if I had children or students of different abilities, I might want to say it's not a great exercise, but I might want to have a worksheet or something in there. So I'm going to add that one as well. I've now got 2 resources associated with this lesson. Save that. Okay. I can put in learning objectives, success criteria, how it's going to be assessed, any links. I can change the duration of the lesson. Let's make it 45 minutes. I can save that. And if I just wanted to print off just a PDF, just showing me the details of this lesson, I can do that as well. It will appear in my downloads. So let's just go open that up. And you can see there is a printout of your lesson. So that might be handy if you just want to print that off and hand it out to people. But of course, maybe the best thing to do really is to invite your colleagues. So it could be your admin staff, your support staff, your job share partners. But essentially, if they've all got access to this and they're in your teams, then if they go to lessons and they look at their team's work, again, all the filters are there. They can look at the English lessons and they'll be able to find those lessons, and they too can use the lessons that you have created. Okay, next we're going to go on to plans, and we're going to show you how you start actually putting lessons into a plan. You'll see here in the lesson we didn't actually talk about what time it's going to be delivered or to what class or anything like that. That's what we'll do in the plan. So let's go back home. Right, let's move on to plans. Let's go there. So these are your weekly plans, and you can see I've got one set up previously, but I'm going to go and create a new plan. Let's just dive straight in. New plan. First thing to do is give it a start date. You have to pick a Monday. The plans all start on a Monday. I am going to do some planning for September. I've already done some planning for the week commencing 21st. I'm going to do a plan for the week commencing the 28th. The plan title, so this could just be the name of your class or your year group or subject, but effectively I'm going to be planning for class 4A. And I'm going to allow anyone in my teams to see this plan. And what I'll show you just a little bit later on is I'll create a team, class 4A, and I'll invite my colleagues to be able to see this. You'll see you've got a number of columns, and it's completely up to you what you put in here. So you can see here I've put what would normally happen. This would be blank when you see it. I've actually chosen to put assembly in. I've put lesson 1 in here, but you could just say that that's period 1. You can change the times below. 10:45. Let's make that one 10:55. It's whatever you would like to call those periods. You don't have to put assembly in, you don't have to put lunch in, but you can, and you could put breaks in. And the idea is what we're going to do in a sec is we're going to start adding lessons into these columns. So I'm going to save that plan. Okay, and what I would say is you only have to put these column headings and times in once. Every subsequent plan you create will inherit the most recent set of columns that you set up. So obviously you can change them. In fact, let's just put lesson 3 in after lunch. So let's say that's 1:15 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Okay, save. Right. So again, you'll see at the bottom, this time instead of seeing resources, I'm now seeing the actual lessons that have the resources in them. We previously set up this lesson for 45 minutes long, Life in the Stone Age. That's the one I want to add to my plan. Add. I'm going to do that on Monday, and I'm going to put that into lesson 1. That's when I'm going to deliver it. It's for class 4A, and the location, I mean, your browser should remember the choices you put in, but like I say, this is room 3B. The teachers and lecturers, so anyone in any of your teams, when they went into their profile and said they want to be known as a certain name, these names will appear here. So I'm down as Mr. Smith. I'm going to say it's me who's teaching, but equally I could allocate the lesson to any one of my colleagues, and it's picked up some of the basics of the lesson title and the outline. Save that, and it's now put that lesson into that period on Monday. Let's save it, and I'm sure you get the idea, but as you've previously built up your lessons, you can now say, actually, I'm going to be doing SPAG Basics, and we'll do that. Let's just say we want to do that. This time we'll do it on Tuesday, and we're going to be doing it in lesson 2, and the class is still class 4A, and the location is room 3B, and this time Miss Take, who's in one of my teams, is going to be doing the teaching. So we'll save that, and there you go. Let's update the weekly plan, save it. Now you obviously just build this up. If you wanted to put more than one lesson into a period, you can do that as well. It'll just stack them on top of each other, and as you build it up, you are then able to print a PDF. So print PDF, let's go have a look, and you can see it's starting to build up a PDF of the week for me. Now again, you could just email that out as an attachment to all of your colleagues, but even better, you just invite them to the site and you set them up in one of your teams, and then they can actually just go to plans, and they'd be able to look at my team's work, and they would see the plans that you're putting in here. So there's that plan, 28th of September, open it up, and they'd be able to see that. They'd be able to go in, view the lesson. They've got all the details you put in about the lesson, and they can actually go and open up the resources that you have associated with it. So if we just go open that one up, there we go. There's the Stone Age resource. Okay, so that is plans. Let's go back to the landing page now. Okay, we're going to move on to Teams next. Before I do that, it's probably just worth mentioning notifications. As I've been doing things on the website, it's generating notifications. So typically these will go out to anyone in any of my teams. So every time I create a resource, if I create a lesson, if I create a plan, then I get notified because I've created it, but also anyone in my team will be notified. So let's just get rid of the notifications for now. Close that. Teams, go there. So a team is just a group of trusted colleagues who you have basically invited via email to join your team. So I'm actually just going to create a new team. I'm going to say this is Year Group 4. Create the team. It's made me the admin because I'm the team creator. Nothing stopping anyone creating new teams. What you would do now is you would actually invite your colleagues to the team. So invite your colleague, you put your colleague's email address in there and their name there, and you choose whether to make them an admin. Admins can remove other people from teams and delete the team when everyone's been removed from the team. If they're a member, they can also invite people to the team, but they can't actually remove people from the team. So up to you what you make them. So you'd hit the invite button, it would send them an email, and they would get that. It might be worth them checking sometimes in their spam folder. It might end up there, but essentially it will give them a link to say that they have been invited to join your team on Cosima Education. What will happen if they click on that link, they'll be invited to register on the site, they'll come into the landing page, and they will get a notification that will say Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith or whoever has invited you to join their team, and they just click accept, and that's it, they're now part of your team. If they're already on the website, then they will also get an email, but obviously they don't need to re-register. So just use Teams as a sort of secure group of people. Nobody can see your teams unless they've been invited to join by you. And equally, if you're invited to join a team, you would get that notification and you would accept. So it's very much a secure model. Nobody can sort of ask to be invited to your team. You have to send the invite out to them. So I hope that's helped explain Teams. Let's go back to the landing page, and next we'll move on to classes. Okay, so we're just going to whiz through a couple more features. So let's go into classes. Classes is actually really simple at the moment. We would look to expand this over time. So we could do things like add email addresses so that you could send plans and resources and lessons out to your classes if you wanted to, or equally we could capture pictures or mark books or whatever the demand is for classes. So just create a new class. Let's say this is class 4A, and I'm going to allow anyone in my teams to see this class. Create, and I add people to class. So I'll say Tracy Peters, add to class, Norman Brown. I don't suppose we have many Normans nowadays, but let's do that. Add to class, Oscar Nelson, add that. Okay, I've put 3 people in the class, but like I say, it's pretty simple at the moment. It's really just to keep a track of who's in which class, but also we have put a tool in, a random name picker, so I'll show you that in a second. That is all there is to classes. Like I say, if there's more features that are requested, we can very easily build them in. Let's just jump back to the landing page. Okay, last couple of features. You'll see here on the menu at the top you've got tools. We've put some basic tools in. Again, we can add more tools if people request them. Start with a name picker. I previously set up class 4A, so I'm going to choose class 4A and I'm going to hit go, and it just takes the names and scrolls through them and picks a name at random. You can remove the name from the list, or you can just go again. Okay, remove from list, go again. So obviously when you're picking people to answer a question, this can help. Next tool, stopwatch, pretty basic, and there's also a clock there, so you could have this running on your interactive whiteboard. Start the clock, stop, reset. Last tool is the countdown timer, so we put 3 minutes in, start, away you go. That's it for tools for the time being. It's very easy for us to add more tools in. and that brings me on to the feedback channel. So you'll see at the bottom there's a couple of links, request a change. If there's anything at all that you think would really improve the site for you, then we're more than happy to look at every request, and we can put changes in. If you just want to give us some feedback, again, absolutely welcome that. And if you want to email us or get in touch, then on the About Us, you'll see an email address at the bottom. We're very happy to do video conferences with schools and colleges. We're very happy to support you in your adoption of the site. Please do get in touch if we can help. So I hope that's been useful. I'm going to jump back to the landing page. Please do feel free to register, get signed up, just start trying things out. You can't really do anything wrong. Load some resources, put some lessons together, maybe invite a couple of colleagues, see how you get on with it. Hopefully you find it useful. Hopefully it's going to save you some time and you're going to get some reuse, some good collaboration, and even better, if we can get more and more people adopting it, then we start to build a nationwide database of free resources, free lessons that can be reused by everyone. Okay, I'm going to log out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.